Now, this week's Best Bets with Hunter McCann.
Well, the end of the week is finally here, and so is the next edition of Best Bets. The NBA is getting closer to the end of the season as we are already in the conference finals, and man, has it been a great start to both final series. Saturday night, the Celtics head to Indiana for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals with Boston in complete control of the series. The Celtics off to a great start after winning a close one to the Pacers in overtime of Game 1. Then Jaylen Brown dropped 40 points of his own in Game 2 to help secure home court advantage before this trip to Indiana. I've said it since the beginning of the playoffs, I'm just not sure anybody is going to be able to stop this Boston Celtics through an entire series, Game 7 series. For the Pacers, they played a lot better than I initially expected, but it feels like if they were going to grab a game in the series to make it competitive, it needed to be Game 1. Not only are they down 2 games, but they may be without Tyrese Halliburton, who went down in Game 3 with soreness to his hamstring. The team hopes it's just a short-term aggravation, but it is the same hamstring that he injured back in January, and that kept him out for 10 games. I really believe the Celtics have Indiana on the ropes, and I'm not sure they have the firepower to slow down Boston and take Game 3. Even if Halliburton does play, I just think the Celtics are a much better team and have more players to pick up the slack when one of their star athletes struggles. I think the Celtics go up in the series 3-0 and cover the 7-point spread along the way. All right, from the court to the ice, and still a conference final. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Stars play host once more to the Edmonton Oilers for Game 2 of their series. It was an intense and exciting Game 1 of this conference finals between these two star-studded squads, but it was Connor McDavid that opened up the second half with an overtime goal to put Edmonton up in the series. The Oilers attacked with their strength by creating opportunities for their talented roster to get shots on goal. And for Dallas, the reason they have made it this far in the postseason is because they have the ability to generate success with their depth, but that did not materialize in Game 1. Everything did not seem in sorts for the Stars. Even though they have shined this season on the power play, they were a measly 0 for 5 when the opportunity presented itself in Game 1. They have plenty of talent and a well-generated offensive attack, but just let Game 1 slip away from them. I think both these teams are pretty evenly matched, at least on paper, and I see the series going 6 or 7 games. I think if Dallas can just clean up a few mistakes and capitalize on opportunities like they have all season, they can take Game 2. Like I mentioned, Dallas has some of the best depth in the league, so they just need to get back to their ways of rolling 4 lines. It's a huge reason why they were able to have home ice advantage coming into this series, so give me Dallas to grab one back before this series heads across the border. Stars on the money line. All right, let's finish this one on the diamond. It's just an average weekend in the MLB, but there's still money to be made. The Baltimore Orioles are heading into Chicago this weekend to take on the White Sox. Orioles have started red hot this season, already exceeding 30 wins before the end of May. They are in the middle of the pack for batting average, but currently second in the league in home runs this season. On the mound for the Orioles is Dean Kramer, who has had an all-right start to his season. He has struggled against big-hitting squads, sitting with an ERA over 4, but the good news for him is the White Sox are definitely not categorized as a heavy-hitting team. Chicago finds himself ranked at the very bottom of the league as a whole, mostly because of their low team batting average and ability to capitalize on mistakes and lack of pop at the plate. It's been rough, and I don't see it getting much better for the White Sox. The only saving grace for Chicago is they have one of their better starters, Eric Fetty, on the mound for this one. But I don't think they can grab this win at home, not against this squad. Baltimore may come out to a slower start offensively in this one because of Fetty, but the White Sox bullpen is horrendous. I think the Orioles will be able to grab this one comfortably. Give me Baltimore to beat down the White Sox in Chicago's South Side, taking the Orioles -1.5 runs on Saturday afternoon. All right, quick recap for you. The Celtics will continue to roll even on their opponent's floor. I got Boston to cover 7 in Game 3. The Stars are going to get one back on their home ice. Give me Dallas on the money line. And lastly, Baltimore is going to beat down the White Sox Saturday afternoon, so might as well take the Orioles -1.5 runs. All right, still much more action to bet on this weekend, and I have more picks over at WBRZ.com right now. And for even more sports content, tune in to Sports Shorts Radio Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon. I will co-host a show live on ESPN 104.5 from the Sportsbook and LaBerge Casino and Hotel. And don't forget about Big Guys No Ties with Michael Cobble and me. It airs every Sunday morning during the 9 o'clock news right here on WBRZ. All right, I am Hunter McCann, back every week with your best bets across all of sports.